Don't you see the video? It wasn't me, it was them. And they put the video back up, I mean, within like 5-10 minutes. And then I noticed that account was gone. So I should hope. So the reason I did that, guys, is because, what if that account, what if that person went to another person who's not as strong, who doesn't just shake it off and go about their day? We got a lot of families on here that are going through this stuff. And let's say they say something like that to them. For one, it's definitely going to damage the person seeing that kind of stuff. For two, you never know where someone is in their life. It could be the wrong comment that pushes somebody over. You don't need that. You don't need that. They don't need that. So if making that video got that account off or banned that account to where they're not going to do that to someone else, I'm sure they'll make another account. But it's better than not doing anything at all. It's better than not doing anything at all. A lot of you follow other families that post videos and stuff about their children's journey. And I can't imagine, I know some of the parents personally through here. I can't imagine some of them seeing that comment. And I know, so like, I know Baby Tessa's family dealt with it. We actually, on the same day, was dealing with the same person going in our lives and saying crazy stuff. Some of you that come to my lives, you may see it now, or you've seen it in the past. It is sad, but you know what? It's true. That's the world we live in. Don't dwell on it, guys. Be proactive. Meaning, if you see that stuff, don't just sit and just report it. Report that stuff. Don't let it go on, because it's just gonna go and cause damage to somebody else. Like I said, you don't know what they're going through. You could possibly be the person who saves a life by taking that kind of stuff off of the internet. Cyberbullying is like the number one now, correlated with, I don't want to talk about anything I'm not supposed to on live, so correlated with, thank you guys for all the love, all the support. You've seen people make inspiration videos with hate comments. Oh yeah, I've had videos that were inspiration that had hate comments. You don't see my comments. I delete. I'm pretty quick about deleting them and blocking them. So guys, I was telling people I should do a video. You know how people are always celebrating their following. I've hit 1 million followers and they have the balloons in the back. I was gonna do that with my block list. I was gonna put a, I finally hit 100,000 on my block list. Yes, succeeded. Just, my block list is bigger than my following. And so I'm gonna tell you guys, the longer that you do that, the more that this happens. The longer that social media or whatever the platform is around, the more time it has for people like that to come onto the platforms. And that's what happens. That's where the phrase came from, Karen from Facebook. Facebook was around longer than the other ones, so there was more time for that stuff to come up. And it's going to keep going. Anytime they come up with an app, it's gonna happen. Do you have a charity I can donate to? Yes. So Mia's hospital, you can donate directly to her hospital. The link in my bio has all kinds of different links. Links from her merchandise to giving directly to her hospital. That's who we do fundraisers for, Chad Change, and I call them my family here. But that's when we do these events, like the one in Las Vegas on April 17th. Same thing, we're raising funds for her hospital. it is to get them a new pediatric, well, not a new, but a pediatric MRI machine because they don't have one. So the kids, the babies, they have to use an adult MRI, which is not good. Let me see the questions here. May I send Mia an autographed picture? Sure. She gets all kinds of stuff. You can send her. That's fine. We have the her stuff in the bio on the link. That's the mailing address. If you click on that link. Thank you guys for the love. So Mia's asleep right now, and that's why I'm trying to be quiet. Trying to be quiet because I don't want to wake her up. So the tape, guys, the tape, I have athletic tape. I do these, so I boxed a long time ago. You see there, that's actually a newspaper front page. That's me. I boxed for a long time. I've broken these two knuckles, these fingers, numerous times, and they swell really bad from the time I wake up till the time I go to sleep, especially when I'm dancing or working out or something. But that's what it keeps the swelling down. It's Athletic Ace. So yes, I have boxes. I had a box sent to me of all different colors. 8:30 a.m. is when we go in tomorrow. 8:30 a.m. Who's coming to Vegas? Drop a heart. Teach says. Anyone going to Vegas? April 17th is the Vegas event. It is going to be a huge TikTok meetup, and we are going to be having a Chad Change fundraiser charity event, red carpet event on the 17th that night. It's going to be pretty cool. What color hearts? What's that? Any color. Do you have full custody of Mia? So me and Mia's mom, if you see in the videos, no, we share. She has the actual custody, but I keep Mia a lot because of everything she's going to as well. But we co-parent. And we do it pretty good, actually. As far as issues, we don't let that affect any disagreements, anything like that. We don't let that affect how we treat Mia or how we take care of Mia. And in fact, like for her appointment tomorrow, her mom is actually going to come here and pick us up and take us both there to the hospital. So yeah, it's in the end, especially this, and I've told this in my in the podcast interview I did recently. When this happened, it actually made us kind of closer and swallow your pride and get along with the other parent when she was diagnosed, because you realize that nothing else matters. Let's see. How long does she have to do the treatment? So her treatment started on July 15th. July 15th of last year. And it's 2.5 years is mapped out. So 2.5 years is the schedule that we have as far as what the team of doctors wanted to do. So as for now, that's where we're at. That changes, of course, just like last week or 2 weeks ago, um, depending on her blood work, depending on how she's doing through the process, how she's reacting to treatments. So they can either intensify it, they can turn down the treatment, they can extend it, they can shorten it. What's up, Lacey? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So I know I haven't been dancing much. I kind of injured myself last week, as always. You know, this old guy's falling apart. So I haven't been able to be myself as far as dancing goes. I'm noticing I'm starting to put on some weight, guys. Don't you dare say anything. I'll take it off this week. What helps you stay strong throughout this journey? Well, dancing is one of them. Dancing is one of them. If you notice in my videos, I smile a lot because I think it's hilarious seeing myself dance. So I do smile a lot when I dance. But it does kind of take some of the stress of what's going on away for that moment in time. You're just feeling the music, you know, doing your thing, having fun, and you're not thinking about treatments and you're not thinking about the craziness of everything else. As for everyone, then also, you know, I also teach the dances in Zooms, and that helps too as well, especially interacting with you guys and hanging out with you guys and dancing and smiling and laughing. I believe none of us are actually thinking about the stress. We're just having fun, working out, which I haven't been doing. I've been failing at, but that helps. And then also, I'll say this about posting these videos and making these videos with Mia, and I've told you guys, like, it makes it, when I make these videos, I'm crying, I'm falling apart. When I'm actually editing these videos and putting them together, they're hard to do. I do it for awareness, and I do it to help other families, other children that are hospitalized that are going through this, to help raise funds and do fundraisers and all that stuff for hospitals and these children or these families, and bring awareness so other people get up and do fundraisers and help. So that's a big part of what I do, but it really helps too. So it's kind of like therapy. Making the videos is kind of my way, I guess, of venting that stuff. I'm not good with personal conversation. I'm really not. I'm not good at expressing emotions through my words with talking to others. But on a video, I can, I guess. On a video, I can put words on a screen or say things that I feel, and it's kind of easier for me to get it out, to vent, because anybody going through something like that needs to vent. They need to get it out. And so it's kind of a healthy thing for me to do that. Guys, I'm sure you've probably heard, I took psychology as part of the requirement for nursing while I was in college. But they would tell you, you know, if you're going through some crazy times, some hard times, keep a journal or a log and get that stuff out. You know, transfer it from your mind to the paper. That's what I'm doing with the videos. And it has been a huge help, being able to transfer what's going on in here and just put it out there. So I know some people don't understand that, but it doesn't matter. I do. Some of you may understand that. So for me, it's a lot more than just making a TikTok. Thank you guys for the prayers. Thank you. If you donate money, where does that money go to? It depends on where you donate it. So if you donate money, if you mean like the link tree in the bio, it'll have on there. It's pretty self-explanatory as far as like if you're supporting, if you're getting T-shirts. Obviously, that's for us. That's for Mia. Or even there's even one that says Dad staying at home, but then there's one that says directly to Mia's hospital. So I work with the foundation. We work together about doing these fundraisers and helping them. Um, they're verified on Instagram, but they're here on TikTok. They started an account, and I tried to help them jumpstart their account here. But yes. What is her favorite item to get in the mail? There's no telling. She's just, she'll shock me every minute with some different reaction. Right now, she's really big into trolls. That's what's all over my floor as I'm speaking to you, is her troll stuff. We've got coloring book pictures of trolls laying around. We got little troll dolls all over the floor, in the bed. That's her thing. So yes, those videos weren't just for actual trolls here. She's really into it. As soon as she gets here, that's the first thing she says she wants to put on TV is trolls. So that's, and guys, I know somebody said make a wish list. So I'm gonna say this, like with the wish list, I don't like asking for stuff. I don't like doing that. It's really hard for me to come up with an actual list for that stuff anyway. She has a lot of stuff. But as far as some of the most memorable gifts that we've received our family for Mia has been the stuff that I would have never thought to put on a wish list. It's been very unique stuff. Somebody had like made an actual children's book and it had pictures of our family and like it looked like us and everything, and it was, you know, like showing Dad and baby Mia and all that stuff. That was really cool. I didn't even know that somebody could do that. That was really cool though, seeing that. So as far as like gifts, anything, you know, we're grateful for anything and everything. We're not, I've learned to not say no because people don't accept no. As Tracy told me one time when I was like, don't send anything. Have you ever been to Boston? No, I haven't. I've never been to Boston. Not even close. I've barely been out of the South. I went to Kansas City, was the furthest I went. And that was for a meetup with some TikTokers. I'm scrolling through these questions, trying to find. I'm seeing what is a procure, what is a, I'm assuming you mean procedure. Assuming you mean procedure. A procedure is something obviously they do in the medical field. So procedure, it's a tap, a spinal tap. I know a lot of people don't know what a tap is, so I put procedure. So, and well, anyway, I get a lot of questions and comments about a tap. So they actually put a needle in her spine. She doesn't just get chemo in her blood, she gets it in her spine too, because it being the leukemia that she has. So when they do this though, they have to put her to sleep because she's so little. Normally they could just numb somebody and have them lay on their side and give them some, you know, paralytics or something and give them the needle. With her, they can't because she's so little. So they have to put her sleep, which is one of the worst feelings is when they do that, because she's so small, and she gets she gets put to sleep frequently. This is about every 10 days, and it can be worrisome for a parent to go through that with their child, and for her especially to go through that. You're a good dancer. Thank you. Thank you. Someone remembered that I actually dance too. Guys, I didn't. I learned how to dance on TikTok. I didn't do any of these TikTok dances, any of these moves until last year, when I started trying to copy the TikToks and kind of learn. And it was YouTube and stuff. But that's how I learned how to dance. So I'm not a dancer. Some people say I'm a dancer. I call myself a dancer against cancer, but I'm not an actual dancer. Just I dance and dad. When do you get to meet the future Mrs. Chad? I don't know. Hopefully soon. I don't know. I don't even know who the future Mrs. Chad is yet. That's something that takes time getting to know someone. But I don't know. Hopefully soon. I mean, I'm patient. I'm not like anxious or anything like that about it. Thank you, Mindy. So yeah, those comments, it doesn't really faze me that much. You get a little upset. I do. I don't take it personally because I don't know who's behind the screen. I don't know what's going on with them, what's wrong with them. It could be anyone. It could be anyone. It could be somebody going through something. It could be somebody with special needs. It could be anything. That was to simply bring awareness for people who don't realize that there's some real hate comments out there, some real ones. There's not just, oh, I don't like this, I don't like your dance move or something, or go somewhere else. But there's actual people out there that are for real throwing some crazy hate out there. And it doesn't stop. That happens every day. It happens every day. Guys, if you only realize like social media, some I told you some of the positive influencers that are out here trying to do something good, trying to be positive, and fill it with smiles or dancing and having fun. Some of the stuff that fills up in their mail and their messages, it's insane. It's insane that they still manage to do what they do and read some of the stuff they read. She's good. She's doing okay. She's sleeping right now. Sorry, I know I accidentally hit that comment, but she's sleeping right now, and I'm trying to be quiet because I know she is. This is me being quiet, by the way. Have you ever watched Riverdale? No. Somebody key me in. What's Riverdale? What is that about? I feel like Kyra has watched that. I don't know. Is that like a teenage thing? What is that? Somebody tell me. Hold on, I'm gonna put the comment down so I can see. It's a teenage series. Okay, that's what I thought. No, I haven't watched it. And yes, I don't. I did watch. So I know there's something that's real, I guess, big with younger generation that I did watch when it first came out, but then I stopped. But that was Vampire Diaries. I watched a couple episodes on the first season, and then I was over it because it just got too weird. All these love stories and plots and stuff. I just wanted to see some vampires. Just me though. But yeah, that was probably the only thing. What's up from Rainy Thibodeau? I lived in Thibodeau for a long time. For a very long time, actually. Favorite TV show? Let me see if I can. I don't know the order that pulls up the questions on here, but okay. My favorite TV show. Let me get this notification. All right, my favorite TV show. You can guess. So I like comedy. I like family sitcom type stuff. I like people that make fun of themselves instead of others because it's funny when you do it to yourself. But my favorite TV show is King of Queens. Actually, that's the only show where I can watch the episode more than once, and I do. And I enjoy. He cracks me up. Kevin James cracks me up, and he does it, on the 100th episode of me rewatching it. So I still laugh at it. I'm trying to click the questions. Let's see. Questions are piling up here, and I'm getting slow. I can't keep up with you guys. No, I haven't been to PA. Well, I can't find the question on here, but it said, where would I go with $1 million? Where would I go with $1 million? Bora Bora is one of them that I'd go, if you know what that is. But that's probably that in Disney World. Pretty simple. I am. What's up? Have you watched Grey's Anatomy? Grey's Anatomy, her hospital. They're tagged in the video here too. They have a new TikTok account, so it's not verified yet. But in that last video, you see the tag. That's her hospital, Children's Hospital at Erlanger. And in April, when we go to Vegas and do the fundraiser, the Chad Change charity event, that's who we're doing it for. Does Miss Mia ever talk about her feelings? Well, she's young, but she does know what sad and mad and stuff like that is. She's only 2, but she does know what sad and mad. So usually when we're watching a movie that she likes, like Trolls, she'll say, Daddy Troll's sad. Because the mama troll's like in the water and he can't find her, he starts singing. But she does, that's about as much as far as talking about her feelings that she'll say. What made y'all go to the doctor in the beginning? So she had a rash on her back. She had a rash. Looked like nothing, guys. Looked like just an allergic reaction to something she ate, maybe. And her sister actually brought her in the room. It was late at night, and I took her to the emergency room. Me and her mom. Her mom came, picked us up, and took us to the emergency room. We went to the emergency room, and they just gave her steroids and Benadryl. Said it was good. And you kind of just notice some off things, like she bruises easy, real easy. Um, but it was just anemia after we done the blood work, after going back, after leaving the hospital and going to the doctor. So she was getting blood. Well, upon researching and trying to find more of what the source was for her having such low blood, they did a biopsy, and that's where they found that she had leukemia. So it started off as a rash. That was it. And she was one. She was one at the time. You ready for some good music vibes? Yes, so I heard, man. So guys, 610 DJ is going to be our DJ at the Chad Change charity event in Las Vegas on April 17th. He's going to be our DJ. So I'm ready. I'm ready to have some fun. I need some fun. I'm a person too, guys. Thank you guys. Thank you for all the love. Oh, thank you for the candle. Who is that? If my moderators, my leaders are chat change, if y'all would just drop the names of the people. Thank you, Marcy, dropping candles. And guys, please show them some love. Give them a follow. Show them some love on our videos, something. Please and thank you. What's her favorite song? So she probably the most energized I've seen her when she was singing a song, and she seemed so passionate about, was the song from Frozen, Let It Go. She does sing the songs on the Troll movie, but that's probably the one I've seen her the most as far as getting into it. And she sings like a little teapot, like stuff like that. How many years did she do chemo? So it's going to be a little over 2 years, like 2 years and 2 months actually is where we're at now. That can change along the way depending on how she's doing as far as treatment and how she's responding to it. But that's where we're at right now. This has been since July of last year, and we plan on going, after talking to the doctor today, we plan on going until September of next year. So September of next year, we should, hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, we'll be done. I'm looking for a comment to pick. What happened in the video I just saw? So the video that you just saw, that's something that she has to have done frequently, but they put her to sleep. So that's called propofol, the white stuff that they're pushing in her port. That's anesthesia. That's what puts you to sleep. That's the stuff that Michael Jackson overdosed on, when you hear about him overdosing. So I worked with it a lot. I've been a nurse for 10 years and worked with a lot of patients that were under sedation or on ventilators, all that stuff, but it was adults. Her being so small and so little, you got to keep an eye on their heart rate and their blood pressure and stuff. But of course, being a parent, and then her being only 2, I'm gonna be a lot more worried than I would be just taking care of my patient. Anyone would. But yes, that's what you see. The whole feeling of holding your child and then they just kind of go numb. You're both scared. If you could see, I don't like looking at it when they push it. I don't like looking at the syringe. I don't like looking at it going in, because it does kind of, get you. And I don't know, I get like a nervous feeling. I shake more than normal. I already shake, but I shake more than normal when they're doing that. But I do get scared. You would too. And you can see in her eyes, obviously she's scared too. But yeah, she knows it's coming and she cries. She always turns her head. She did the same thing in the last video. She turns her head and then you kind of see this fear, and then she's out. And then I go in the other room and wait for her, and they wheel her in whenever, while she's still sleeping, so she can wake up next to me and she's not as scared. I'm very blessed, and I feel very lucky for the fact that I do get to hold her while they put her to sleep, because I've had times where I didn't get to hold her and they take her from you and they go and put her to sleep and she's with a bunch of strangers. She's scared, she's screaming. So it's definitely a good thing. I'm looking for another question. Sorry, I don't know if y'all can see that. What's Mia's favorite candy and her favorite chip? Well, right now her favorite chip is Funyuns. That's all she eats. She wakes up. As soon as she wakes up, she asks for her Circle chips. Her Circle chips were originally the chips from Panera, but it's also it's what she calls Funyuns and those chips, but she means Funyuns now when she asks for them. That's her favorite chip. As far as candy, she doesn't really eat candy. She's not big on sweets either. So when you're on chemo, you don't really like sweet stuff. You like salty or bitter tasting, or she likes even spicy stuff, but she's not big on sweets at all. Can you send her things to the hospital? Will she get it due to COVID? You can send things to her. So we have a P.O. box. If you click on my web link, there's a P.O. box, and there's all kinds of links, guys, on how to do different things. She has her own merch. She has her own Fight Like Mia shirts and stuff like that. Or you can give directly to the hospital. There is, below one of the videos, there's a link where you can give directly to her hospital. As far as sending gifts, you can just send it to the P.O. box on there, which her mom did go check it today. So if you sent something and it's saying it's sent, her mom has it. After she's cured, what are your big plans to do? First, after, everything's good and I know I can take her out to like a public place and not have to worry so much about germs and all that stuff, I'm gonna take her to Chuck E. Cheese, because that's what's around me. That's what I'm gonna do first. I just take her to Chuck E. Cheese and let her play like a normal kid. And actually she'll get to play with other kids and see other kids. Right now she doesn't get to do that, so that kind of sucks. That breaks your heart as a parent, seeing your baby kind of lonely, and she doesn't know how to act with other kids really. But that's one of the first things. I'm gonna go take her to Chuck E. Cheese, and I'm gonna bribe all the little kids to be her friend so she can have some friends to play with. And then from there, who knows, Disney World. So the Make-A-Wish Foundation, that's what they want to do. They want to give her something to do, and that would be later on, and hopefully after, because it's about over a year when they're probably going to be able to get to her. But Disney World is what we're requesting that they could give her. That would just be the world tour to go see, Elsa and Anna and all these Disney princesses, because she wears, you've probably seen in some of her videos, she wears Disney princess dresses everywhere around the house. And she has a little troll outfit that somebody sent her that she was wearing the other day. But she wears costumes most of the time. That's what she loves to do. And I'm like, Dad'll wear one with you. We're all for it. What's her favorite thing? I'm assuming that you meant to do. Her favorite thing to do, honestly, she doesn't like playing outside. I try to get her to play outside, you know, because as a kid, I loved playing outside. She's just not that into it. We'll go outside and we'll play for a little bit, and she wants to come back inside. And we'll come back inside, and she just wants to watch her show, her movies, over and over and over. And we'll play. So she has a little trampoline that you can't see that's behind the camera. And she's got all her toys on it. But, you know, wrestling is her thing right now. So we wrestle a lot. We wrestle a lot. She told me when we were leaving, actually, and we were in the parking garage looking for the car. And I was like, you want to go home? You want to watch Trolls? She's like, yeah, because she was kind of groggy from the anesthesia. And I said, well, you want pizza? And she was like, yeah. And then I was like, you want to wrestle? And she's like, yeah, wrestle. So it got her attention, woke her up. That's what she loves to do right now. And yes, the whole Titanic video, that's what we were doing, is wrestling. We decided to go ahead and just let her fly like Rose. But she's doing okay with her treatments. She's gonna, you're probably gonna notice her face is gonna get puffier in the next 2 weeks, because they're gonna start the steroids back into her chemo. So usually she gets really irritable, very easily irritated, and she gets puffy. Her face gets puffy. It's normal. It's part of it. But if you notice that, you know, in the next 2 weeks, that's why. And I'm looking for another comment here. What size clothing is she? So she wears 2T. She wears 2T. She's tiny. She's tiny. And a lot of people say she looks tall. She's just skinny. She's skinny. I mean, she's taller. She was definitely a lot shorter when she was first diagnosed. So she did hit a little growth spurt. And you do notice she's starting to get some hair because of the chemo that they had her on that was making her hair fall out. They've actually rotated that one out right now. So she will start to get some hair. So that's, you know, today I was asking her for some, and she was doing this and giving it to me. But she was pretending like she was giving me her hair. Her favorite animal, she doesn't really have a favorite. She loves animals. She'll do the sounds, you know, cows, chicken, all that stuff, cluck cluck, ducks quack, everything. She likes horses, but she doesn't really have a favorite. She just likes animals. How did you react to her having cancer? Guys, I was tore up. I was tore up. You know, here I am, Mr. Social media positive influencer, always smiling, always dancing. I got the news, well, I got part of the news over the phone from her mom, and I rushed to the hospital. I got to the hospital, and I was devastated, guys. I fell apart. The doctor, as soon as I walked in the room, she was excited, Dada, reaching out, wanted me to pick her up. I picked her up, and I was holding her. And the doctor proceeded to tell me that she had leukemia. After he said the word leukemia, I didn't hear anything else. My eyes were just filled with tears. I was crying. I couldn't see him anymore. I couldn't hear anything he was saying. After you hear those words and you hear that you know your baby has leukemia, you don't. You're not even functioning. You're just waiting for this big cloud to pass. And you know, you're kind of shocked, I guess, in denial when he first tells you. You don't believe it. You think maybe they need to retest or it's something else. But that's what it was. And when you accept it, you're first going to go through, you're going to get, you know, angry. You're going to go through the whole stages of grief. And the depression is the worst, you know, because it'll hit you. And it's sad. You just feel so sad, so bad for your child. And then the fact that you could lose them, you know, stuff happens every day. 3,500 kids diagnosed in the US every year. That's 9 kids a day. Like 9 kids a day being diagnosed, being told that news, crying, families crying, filled with tears. They're all going through it. But the good news is her story's reached millions, and it's making people get up and help these hospitals and help these children. It's bringing awareness and letting people see that it's real. And it's not all smiles. There is a lot of tears involved. There is a lot of hard times. It's the real side of cancer in a family. And people need to see it. They need to see it. They need to see what families actually go through and what these children go through. But like the fundraisers for her hospital, for other hospitals, are not just me, but there's other influencers that are doing fundraisers in her name because of her story. It's done so many things for so many hospitalized children. And that's why we continue to do this, to share our stories, to help others. All right, let's see. That's my stomach. What's the best way to advocate for a cancer patient? I mean, the best thing that you can do for people going through this is sharing their story, is spreading awareness. I know a lot of people won't understand if they're not in those shoes. It probably doesn't make any sense to you if you've never been in those, you know, those shoes. But I promise to every parent that's going through this and they have a small child who has cancer and they have to go through this every day with them, from the tube feeds to the ports to the hospital visits, it makes the world of difference to spread that awareness that other people out there need people to help them. And there are other children out there. Never forget that there's other children out there. When you're at home with your family, I did a video on Thanksgiving. When you're at home with your family and it's Thanksgiving, you're, you know, having turkey, you're enjoying your day, and you bless your meal or whatever. Don't forget, there's a kid in the hospital crying and screaming and, you know, having needles put in them. Don't ever forget. Stay humble. Stay humble. It's definitely humbled me. See. Thank you guys for all the compliments. I see the compliments on here. Did you ever get the button pads? I never got the button pads, Coach. I have no idea. Her mom may have picked them up from the post office and not known what they were, but I've never got them. And I've looked out for them, but I've never got them. What kinds of games she likes to play with you? So our favorite is wrestling, as I told you before. That's something we like to do. But she likes hide and seek, and you know, we play with her trolls, with her little trolls. She's got these little tiny trolls. And when we're playing with these trolls, we make them, you know, it's actually cute because she's starting to kind of mimic conversation. And she walks her little mama troll up to my little troll. And today she says, "Hey, how are you?" Which, you know, to y'all is probably like, "Oh, that's silly." Well, to me it was hilarious and cute. But she's like, "Hey, how are you?" And I'm like, "I'm fine." And then she asked, and I said, "What do you want?" She said, eye cream." She calls it eye cream. I said, "Eye cream, okay, I'm gonna go to the store and get it." So that's, she has a lot of fun doing that. The hide and seek, the me running out of the room and her chasing me, and me taking her and like tossing her on the bed. She loves being thrown on the bed and, you know, having fun like any kid would. But as far as games, that's what we do. Thank you guys for the love. Thank you, Amanda Marie, for the disco ball. Thank you guys for dropping their names. What's up, Cali boys in here? What's up, man? Thank you. Thank you for the love slap, everyone. Thank you for all the love. I appreciate it. I'm surprised she has energy for that. Me too. Me too, but she does. She does. You know, when you're a kid, though, you have to remember when you're a kid, when you're two, the world is so exciting. And it didn't matter if you were sick, if you didn't feel good, you still want to do that stuff. Sometimes I have to slow her down and remind her because, like, her stomach will hurt a lot because she's got that tube in there. And we'll be wrestling and stuff. And then she'll say, "Ouch, tubey hurt. Tubey hurt." And I'll say, "Well, let's stop. No more wrestling." And she's like, "No, wrestle, no wrestle." And I'm like saying she wants to wrestle still. And I'm like, "Can't. Your tubey's hurting." So, you know, because she's just so excited. She doesn't care. She just wants to have fun. But she's two. I saw a question. How old is she? She's 2 years old. Her birthday is September 26th. Thank you guys for all the love. Thank you for all the gifts. Guys, please follow. Show love to the people dropping gifts. People asking if they can do me a favor. This is what I ask of you. You guys here have shown so much support and so much love to me and my family. I wish I could give back to you. I wish that I could. I don't have any other way to do that, but I can't ask people to show you love and follow you. And guys, please, if you want to do something for me, please follow these people that are dropping gifts and showing love to me and my family for everything that we're going through. Please and thank you. Support each other. Positive supporters, positive influence. Everyone in here showing me love. Please show love back to them. That's all I ask.